The Giza Plateau in Egypt is where you can find its famous and Great Pyramid. It's one of the most mysterious structures on Earth. In just a few minutes, you'll discover the wonder of the Egyptian pyramid. I'll share some insights about it that you may have never heard before. It's for these reasons that they say the Great Pyramid of Egypt was built by extraterrestrials. When researchers first studied the Great Pyramid, they were astonished by the mathematical knowledge encoded into its construction. In the year 1925, the Great Pyramid of Giza was meticulously examined, and comprehensive studies of this pyramid began from that year onward. Mathematicians and researchers discovered a series of correlations between the dimensions and the construction method of this pyramid with Earth's coordinates. For mathematicians, the design of this pyramid was like an encrypted text. For example, the Egyptians didn't use centimeters, inches, or feet for the dimensions of the stones and blocks of the pyramid. They had their own unit called the cubit. A cubit is precisely equivalent to 1/25 millionth of the Earth's polar diameter. Let me explain. If you divide the distance from the North Pole to the South Pole into 25 million equal parts, each cubit is equivalent to one of those parts of the distance. Now, let's get to the main wonder of the Great Pyramid of Giza. If we calculate the length of one side of the pyramid, it turns out to be exactly 365 and 242 thousandths cubits. This number exactly matches the number of days it takes for the Earth to complete one orbit around the Sun. Earth rotates around the Sun once every 365 and 242 thousandths day. Isn't that astonishing? It gets even more astonishing. If you calculate the length and width of the Great Pyramid of Giza, you'll discover that it exactly matches one unit of the geographical length and width of the Earth within the range of the equator. Recently, using satellite technology, researchers have been able to find another complex formula. They found that if you consider the coordinates of the Great Pyramid, which can be seen in the corner of the picture, this numerical sequence of coordinates exactly matches the speed of light in space, which is approximately 299,792,458 meters per second. This is just a part of the wonders of the Great Pyramid of Giza. If you enjoyed the video so far, please like it and subscribe to the channel. When we align the construction of these structures with geological and astronomical topics, we realize that it couldn't be random at all. Let's take a look at a few other places: the Taj Mahal, the Valley of the Kings, the tomb of Pakal the Great, and many other tombs and spaces that are said to have been resting places for kings and leaders. Some theorists suggest that the construction of these places had extraterrestrial purposes. For instance, notice how in the past most constructions of kings or their places of worship were built by large expanses of land. We don't care why they built it, we want to see how they were built. It means that as construction became larger, they require more calculations. But how could places built hundreds of thousands of years ago be constructed without any knowledge of mathematics, engineering, and architecture on large expanses of land? Those who believe in extraterrestrials say that ancient civilizations transferred this knowledge from elsewhere to humans. Now let's see why they were built. In the ancient world, there existed a belief that this physical life we have is an opportunity for us to prepare for our future destiny, which transcends this world. Some believe that the ancient tombs constructed on a grand scale served as gateways to connect with celestial beings. Some have found evidence of this in ancient Egypt. In Saqqara, near Cairo, one can find the oldest and largest ancient artifacts buried. King Teti was the first ruler of the 6th dynasty of Egypt. Teti constructed his pyramid and its adjacent temple over 4,000 years ago during his reign. This pyramid is highly significant because it contains the oldest religious texts in the world. According to archaeologists, the texts in these pyramids constitute a collection of ancient Egyptian religious writings dating back to 2,400 years before BC. These writings discuss the ancient Egyptian god Osiris, the afterlife, and the ascension of the pharaoh to the heavens, essentially providing a kind of guide for the pharaoh's journey to the sky. People previously regarded this guide as a form of spiritual text and contemplated how the pharaoh's soul ascended to the heavens. However, believers in extraterrestrials argue otherwise. They suggest that these writings actually detail how the pharaoh himself, while alive, could ascend to the heavens and discuss a form of technology rather than something mystical. The next wonder of Egypt is truly astonishing. There is a type of beetle called the dung beetle, which feeds on animal feces. It's the only insect on Earth that navigates its path by following the light of the Milky Way galaxy. Biologists discovered this phenomenon in 2013. Now, the bizarre part is that in ancient Egypt 5,000 years ago, when there was no astronomy, in all kinds of Egyptian inscriptions and wall paintings, there is this beetle that people worship next to, and the beetle faces the sky. How could the ancient Egyptian civilization have such a keen attention to detail about a small beetle and recognize it? Moreover, statues of this beetle are even crafted in the Karnak temple. All of these aspects tie in one with one more thing, another deity from ancient Egypt named Khepri. Take a look at it. The head of this ancient god is similar to the dung beetle of Galton. The relationship between these is really amazing. An ancient Egyptian god who looks like a cockroach, which is a skilled astronomer because it navigates through the light of the galaxy. The Egyptians also believed in this god and built the pyramids, all of which correspond to astrology and the position of the earth in the system. Is Khepri, this ancient god, an extraterrestrial being who came to earth and taught the Egyptians the science of astronomy? Who were Khepri and Osiris and the rest of the Egyptian gods that made Egypt progress so much? So far, it is strange enough. You can't really consider these as coincidences. There must be a purpose and a goal in all of this. The history of Egypt is full of such wonders that you can make a series of them. A whole strange event, a whole harmony between ancient Egyptian civilization and advanced science, mathematics, and astronomy. Things that are hard to explain. How do you see the relationship between Egypt and advanced beings? What do you think about the pyramids of Egypt and its compatibility with the wonders of mathematics? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel.